Hey, what up, everybody? This is Young Igloo.
It's Big Miles to Don. You already know.
It's Impeccable Degenerates, baby. How's everybody doing tonight?
Impeccable Degenerates. What it do though?
It's a little bit heated up in this bitch tonight.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about it. We ain't gonna talk about it. You ain't gonna talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I had to turn the bitch off. You know what I'm talking about? I had to turn the shit off because it would have ruined the episode. I ain't trying to ruin my feng shui. We trying to have a good ass time. That's a GAT.
A
GAT. Motherfucker.
That's how we do it. That's how we do up in this bitch.
That's what we do in here. We trying to bring positive energy to everything we do. You know, I was on some negative shit earlier. Young Igloo over there had to talk me down. You know what I'm talking about? He's like, hey, bro, let's turn this shit off. Let's go outside, take a breather. You know, still a lot of game left. We got a show to do, so we're gonna do the motherfucking thing. You heard me?
We are here. We trying to make it happen tonight.
That's what we do. You already know, man. You know, shit. Man, we ain't gonna do what we usually do, but I ain't trying to do that, but we can leave it at this and we'll just say yes and no. This week was a motherfucker.
Yeah, this week was this week fucking sucked.
And then we're going to leave it on that. You know what I'm talking about? So, rest of this shit, we just going to try to laugh, bring some positivity to this shit. And, you know, I got a question for you, though, Young.
What's up,
we
big
was
dog?
talking about it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it'd be funny as shit, man. Tell me, you know, we both indulge into the adult beverages.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me the first time. I don't want to know the first time you had a drink, but I want to know the motherfucking first time you drank.
Well. So I was with my buddy Jake.
This is gonna be an underage story. I already know. Cause
I was like 16 years old.
Yeah. I already know it. It starts young.
Yeah, I was hanging out with Jake, and you know, like
he done brought names in the bitch, motherfucker. We ain't trying to do that.
Oh, no, it's all good, man.
Okay.
I was hanging out with my buddy Jake, and his parents were out of town or something like that weekend, and you know, like we would always raid the liquor cabinet, and whenever his parents were gone, or if they were at work or whatever, we didn't have nothing to do. It's like, hey, let's raid the liquor cabinet. Let's take like some shots of rum or whatever. And so the first time I ever drank was I don't really remember the circumstances of like that night.
Of course you don't. That motherfucker was lit. Lit.
Yeah. I don't know if his parents. I don't know if his parents were at home or not. I think they were, but like we just kind of like snuck in and like drank a bunch of Southern Comfort. And
man, when you young, you can't afford the good shit, dog.
Well, we
got Wild Turkey, Southern Comfort. That was your go-tos back then. I ain't gonna lie,
dude. We didn't even buy this shit. We just like took it from his parents' liquor cabinet.
Man, what's that one velvet? Man, it's the bottom shelf type shit. Black velvet. Man, it's $5. It was $5 a pint back in the day.
I don't know if I've ever seen that shit or not.
They sold in the hood, man. That shit, that shit was so horrible. It get you fucked up though. For $5, $5 make you holla. You know.
Look at you.
Hey, shit. Right. Is that your new catchphrase? I guess mine is good. GODT. Hashtag GODT. Good. And I don't even know how to spell. I don't know how to spell that shit. What the fuck? I'm a fucking crazy shit. I don't get that shit, but whatever, man. Whatever floats your boat, big dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on topic.
Yeah, so we got into this bottle of Southern Comfort, and we started taking shots. I was like,
and he said it was not good.
I was
Southern Comfort is not good, but it, you know,
it's the first
back
time
then
I
it was.
This is the first time I ever drank. I didn't know anything, and we
Should make your chest cave in.
yeah, like we just
Give
started.
you the worst hangover in the fucking. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead, big dog.
Yeah, I was like a little bit shorter back then. I was probably like, I wasn't, I'm 5'6", 5'7". I'm 5'11" now. So like I was like shorter, and I was about the same weight. But yeah, we just started taking shots because like I was just like, what do we do with this stuff? And Jake's like, hey, let's just take some shots. And so like we started taking shots, and then we just took a bunch of shots, and we're just walking around and just like, is it gonna hit? Like, what's going on here? And then about 8 shots later, I'm just like, I think I'm drunk right now. I did not throw up that night.
That's good. That's how you knew you could drink. I did not throw up the first night I drank either.
Yeah, it's like we took these. I took 8 shots. I don't know how much he had, but I remember when I was like drunk, like he had a pool table in the basement, and like I just like laid under the pool table and called this girl that I liked, and I'm just like, "Hey, your boyfriend's a fucking bitch." And then like the next day, she's like, "What were you guys doing?"
Why'd you call me and tell me that? I'm gonna tell you what.
That relationship didn't last.
If I don't remember, it didn't happen. But you know, yeah, okay. You know, I didn't go that hard. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't go that hard. But you know, the first time like I drank, you know, it's couple buddies. We had a couple, some beers and stuff. Now I will say this: I could drink, this is the weirdest shit, and my buddies know me when I first started out drinking, 16 years old. I can drink beer. We play beer pong. I can drink. We drinking Natty Light, Miller Light. That gross shit. I don't drink that shit. I drink top of the line now. Miller Lite, Coors Light, Natty Light. That's beneath me now. But back then, that's where I was at. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what we used to play beer pong and stuff. I was down beer until the first time. I remember first time puking. I had a fucking one of them Sam Adams Boston Lagers, and I've been like chugging and throwing back like Miller Lite. We was drinking Miller Lite that night. I don't really like Miller Lite like that. Even then, I didn't really like it like that. But we was chugging them, and then we got hold of some Boston Lagers, and one of my white homeboys like, "This is a good beer." I'm like, "All right." Mind you, I'm 16. Okay, I don't know shit about fucking beer, especially dark beer. I was drinking light beer. It's the first time I had dark beer. Man, I tried to chug it like a light beer. Threw up, dog. Threw up everywhere. Threw up, dog. And what I did was I chugged it tried to chug it like a light beer. I didn't know, man. I was rookie. No, I was rookie. You know what I'm saying? And I felt it. I felt it coming up, and I had that weird sensation in my throat. in my throat for my nine. Anyway, in my throat, and I was like, "Hey, excuse me for a minute." I politely got up, took my ass to the corner of the house, puked, come back. I'm good, y'all. And my other homeboy was like, "That was the classiest puke I've ever seen in my life." This motherfucker got up politely. "Excuse me for a minute." Blah! Come back, sit down, and where was we? And they was like, damn, you can drink, huh? Yeah, that was like my first like real drinking experience.
Well, the first time I ever puked did not go like that, big dog.
Oh shit.
Apparently, Steel Reserve was on sale at Food City one weekend. And Steel Reserve was on sale, and we got
Steel Reserve is always on sale. The fuck, it's like one of the cheapest shits you can buy.
Well, this is like 6% or so. I haven't drank it in
No,
years.
no, that shit's 8%.
We need to drink some Steels next week.
No, we do not. No. I would only drink that shit if I was broke. First of all, it don't taste good. It tastes like homelessness and sadness. That's what it tastes like. That's exactly what Steel Reserve tastes like. Broke and homelessness. That's what it tastes like. You don't need to drink that shit. Okay?
You don't want to take a trip down memory lane?
No! I do not! And fuck you, Young! No! I don't want to take a trip down memory lane.
Anyways, that shit was
That
on
shit
sale
will
at
give
Food
you
City.
the worst. You have the shit for 5. You have the shits for 5 days afterwards. Beer shits for 5 days. It's not worth it. I'm trying to tell you, America. It's not. Hold on. Let me do my politician. Try to tell you, America. It's not worth it. Marcus, Big Moss, Don, 2028. It'll be a good year. G-O-D-T. Mark that down.
Well, for whatever reason, we gave this dude, my friend's sister's boyfriend, some cash to go get some beers, and
That's how it worked.
he came back with like 60 fucking beers, like I think was it like 5 12 packs or whatever.
You didn't know the right folks, dog.
And like we stacked all that shit up on like a fucking dolly. And we're just like, we got beers to last week's.
It's all Still Reserved.
And like the night that we got that shit, I just started just pounding them. And I think I had
Don't pound Still Reserve.
I wish I could tell a 16-year-old me that. But I drank about 8 of them and like
Fuck.
And I drank about 8 of them some bitches.
You deserved to puke. You should have died that night.
Yeah, I drank 8 of them in like less than an hour, and then
Yeah.
and then like I threw up, and then I went to sleep, and then my friend's mom came down and
And
gave
you
me
woke
a
up?
sandwich.
and you woke up still drunk.
No, I woke up fine.
God damn it. Still Reserve. Still Reserve. Not man, I'll drink Natty Ice before I would fucking drink Still Reserve. And they're both the same alcohol content, 8%.
I'm a fan of Bud Ice.
But yeah, I was on the Bud Ice kick for a while.
I did that when I was like a sophomore.
When I was broke, man. When I was living in Kentucky, man. I lived down the street from. See, we have Priceless here. Down there, it's not Priceless. It's called. Is it Save a Lot?
Save Water IGA or something like that.
And it's one of them IGA stores, yeah. And they used to sell them 24-ounce Bud Ices for 88 cents.
Mm-hmm.
So hell to the year, because I was broke as fuck. And that's what I was drinking, man, for a long time.
That's what I used to drink too, because I go to the store, I'm just like, this has higher alcohol content, and it's cheap. I'm like,
I bought
here's my money.
88 cents. Shit. I'm on a $10 budget. $10. I can get fucked up. Didn't taste. And the thing about it is, Bud Ice don't really taste that bad.
It's not that bad.
It ain't that bad.
No, not at all.
It ain't still. All right, so I got a story. Me and some folks I will not name. This is also when I was in Kentucky. We was grilling some brats. We was gonna do beer brats. At the time, the only thing we could afford was Steel Reserve. We bought a couple 40s, because they were 2 for like back then. You could buy like 40 of Steel Reserves, like 2 for $4.50 or some shit.
Yeah.
And we bought a couple 40s. We marinated them motherfucking brats, onions, bell peppers. We marinated them fucking brats in fucking Steel Reserve. Beer. All right, there was malt liquor brats. Okay.
There's some Billy D. Williams brats.
Yeah. So we did that shit, man. The brats was actually good, but what fucked us up was we bought too many 40s and we was drinking that Steel fucking Reserve, dog. Man, when I tell you I shit for 5 days straight, I shit for 5 days straight. You know, man, I don't fuck with fuck Steel Reserve. I do like some OE. You know about some OE? Old English. You know about that shit, dog?
I think I maybe have had it once.
Man, you lived in LA, man. You had to have it.
I didn't drink for a lot of time when I was in LA.
Oh, okay. They wasn't really popular around here. They used to sell it, OE, they used to sell it around here in the glass bottle. And that was another one of them mugs. It was like 2 for $5.50, 2 for $5, some shit like that. And then they got cheap. They bumped it up that was a 32-ounce bottle. Or no, that was a 40 bottle. They bumped it up from a 40 bottle to a 48-ounce bottle and started serving it and selling it in a plastic bottle for the same price. And that's another one of them mugs, about 8% alcohol content.
Did you ever had Hurricane? I never had that shit, man.
You don't want to.
I know they still sell in glass bottles at the fucking convenience store.
You talking about the Blue Hurricane?
No, the black one. It's like the black, and then it has like the red. It's in Hurricane. It says Hurricane.
No, I don't know if I had that. Now I had the blue shit. It was Blue Hurricane. It was like 10% alcohol content. It was basically a mixer though, but it had alcohol in it. It was already alcohol mixed into it, and it was blue. They would sell it in the big bottle for like $11.99 at the liquor store, and I mean you could just pour it and drink it or mix it with some shit. Now that shit, man, you drink enough of that. Does it taste like Kool-Aid? That's another one of them things will fuck your stomach up if you ain't doing right. So, when alcoholism is all about the right fatty foods and alcohol, levels and, you know what I'm talking about. Fatty foods, sweetness, sugar levels, it's a science to that.
Dude, when's the last
Otherwise, your fucking stomach's gonna be fucked.
Dude, when's the last time you drank a 40?
Man, had to be before I was living with my now wife, man. It's been about 5 years. I think the last fucking 40 I drank was a OE. Yeah.
I think the last 40 I drank was like in 2008, dude.
Yeah. Damn. Really?
Yeah, dude, for real.
Damn. Not me. Because I was broke. you know the motherfucker I used to live with. I was broke, dog. You can ask him. Motherfucker, yeah, he bring 40s in here and shit. And the motherfucker was broke.
Yeah, that motherfucker was supposed to be here tonight, but he ain't.
Man, he got family shit going on, man. Stall him out. He cool. Shout out to my homeboy. Oh, Mr. Clean.
Yeah, we love you, big dog.
For real. No, Mr. Clean. Man, take care of you. Do your family shit. We love it. That's real talk from Big Miles to Don.
I think we could get some 40s next week.
Don't challenge me to a fucking.
I'm not challenging anything. I'm saying we need to get 40s next week.
Man, the beer that we drank, actually, no, we probably save some money.
I know what I'm saying.
We actually probably save some money. That's a good ass idea. Not gonna say it. It came to me. I was like, you know what? Leave that one alone. Oh man, but yeah, man. So that Boston Lager fucked me up. That was some bullshit. But after that, man, when was the first time you swore off tequila? I got my story ready.
I've never really had like a horrible tequila experience, to be honest. It's always been like whiskey for me.
Whiskey?
Especially like bourbon. That's why I don't drink a lot of bourbon. That's why I'm always just like, hey, big boss, got some scotch in the crib tonight.
I only drink bourbon and whiskey.
Dude, the last time it was probably about 3 years ago. I was living in California, and I went to this liquor store down the street, and like George Dickel apparently like did some new marketing.
Wait, who?
George Dickel.
Oh,
it's made in Tullahoma.
Not the race car driver, Dick Trickle. No, that's the motherfucker's name. I ain't lying. The motherfucker.
Yeah, I know.
His fucking name was Dick Trickle. Like, what the fuck? I was 5 years old. I'm like, Dick Trickle. Anyway, that's your name. I mean, his first name is really Richard, but when you're Richard, they call you Dick.
Yeah,
Dick Trickle. That's fucking funny. Anyway, shout out to Dick Trickle. Drove the number 60 car.
What's up?
He might be. Anyway, I ain't gonna put that on it. Go ahead, big dog.
Yeah, man. I've never had like a really bad tequila experience. But I bought a bottle of George Dickel about
George Dickel. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking
about 3 years ago. Like
that shit's gross.
They rebranded.
Man, that's below Black Velvet.
They rebranded and like they came out with all these new like flavors or whatever. And like I was a little homesick, towards the last little bit I was in California, so I'm just like, that's from Tennessee.
Don't nobody here drink that unless they homeless.
I was in California, everybody's like, oh, you're from Tennessee? Oh, you're drinking the Tennessee whiskey? Okay, I get it.
No, the only Tennessee whiskey I know is Jack Daniels.
Dude, I think it was like the George Dickel, the Black Label. And I drank too much of it one night, and like, it's probably the worst hangover I've had in my life.
You should upgrade
the second worst.
You should upgrade Evan Williams. That's in Kentucky. It's brooding. I found this on the web. The hell? What you find, Siri? Young got his watch talking to him. He said something. Apparently, he's been searching George Dickel. The Siri said, "Hey, I found it on the web, big dog." But no, man, like I can't. Wild turkey, that's a Kentucky thing. I can't do wild turkey, man. I can't do it. Jim Beam, I like that Jim Beam Devil's Cut. That's the only Jim Beam I can drink. But we ain't talking about whiskey. I asked you a tequila question. So tequila, me and tequila have a love-hate relationship. We love to hate each other.
See, I've always had good tequila experiences.
I haven't. Not like I got sick. It's just I do shit that I want to do.
Yeah.
Like dancing on top of somebody's dining room table in my drawers. Like, I don't want to do that shit. That's not who I am as a person. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
I can't really see you doing that right now, man.
That's why I don't drink the shit. The only time I have any type of tequila is in a margarita. That's it. And that one time after Hooters at Mr. Clean's house.
Mr. Clean.
And I say Mr. Clean because the motherfucker who it's funny because he looks just like Mr. Clean. Hey, you already know who I'm talking about.
He know who he is.
That's right. That's right. I didn't get clearance to say his name this week, so he's Mr. Clean.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck it. Shout out to old Ben. Little his Mr. Clean looking ass. But nah, man, like and that was yeah. So we went to Hooters. We did we had a good time. Spent way too much money. Got in a little disagreement with my now wife at the time. We come back to his house because that's where I was living, and he brought out some of this cheap ass tequila with the skull bottle. He's like, "This is the only liquor I got left because you drank it all." I'm like, "Damn, motherfucker, shit, you got me." But damn, man, we keep it real like that, you know. But yeah, but anyway, and I was like, shit, I don't try to do it, just do it, motherfucker. We drank the rest of that fucking bottle that night. It was a Saturday night. This motherfucker was up at noon and doing shit. I didn't wake up until 4:30 that Sunday afternoon. I was dead to the world. Tequila does not agree with me. It don't. And I was like, not gonna drink it. Not gonna do it. I'm not gonna put my body through that. I can drink 100 proof corn whiskey. I can drink moonshine. I can drink whiskey. I can drink bourbon. I can drink vodka. I don't really fuck with vodka unless I mix it with Sprite. That's a good ass drink, by the way. Vodka and Sprite. But fuck tequila. Fuck that shit. Fuck it. And I grew up around Mexicans. Fuck tequila.
See, like,
don't eat the worm, people. Don't do that shit.
See, my experience with tequila is a little bit different because, like, I never really was gravitated towards tequila at all. And I used to go, when I'd go on, like, weekend ski trips with my friends, I had this Canadian friend. He'd always get, like, a bottle of, like, Espolòn. Like, he'd always get a bottle of Espolòn. And we just drink the whole fucking bottle.
Go to clear tequila.
Clear. Blanco.
Go tequila make me even crazy.
Sometimes he'd bring that fucking the brown stuff. I'm just like, oh god. So like, what I used to do is on these ski trips.
Definitely don't fuck with go tequila.
See, what they would do is we would like get to the we'd all like pitch in and get like a condo near the ski slope, and they would get drunk at nighttime, and I would not, and I'd wake up at like 6 o'clock before everybody else did. I start taking shots of tequila, making coffee in the morning, and I'm just like, let's get these first tracks, baby, because the slope opens at like, if you get first track, like the slope would open at 8:30, but if you were a pass holder, you could like start at 7:30.
So I feel like if you start drinking before you go skiing, you're gonna pizza when you should French fry, and you're not gonna have a good time.
No, man, I had a GAT.
A GAT.
So what I would do, I'd wake up at 6. I'd make a pot of coffee for everybody, and then I'd be about 2 or 3 or 4 shots in before everybody started waking up. And I'm just like, all right, it's time for me to have a coffee. And I was like, hey, everybody, let's get these first motherfucking tracks up in this bitch.
So you lit and hype at the same time.
Yeah, dude. And like I'd be like, all right,
Your heart hates you.
I didn't do that a lot, but I'm just like, let's get a little buzz and like let's get these first tracks in, and
He's talking about ski tracks, not.
but yeah, like it was fun, man. Like I'd just get a little drunk, and then like everybody else would wake up, and then we'd do like a few runs, and it's like, hey, let's go get a beer or something, and then like we'll eat breakfast afterwards. So that's the only time I'll ever wake up and drink is if I'm on a ski trip.
Man, the only time I will wake up and drink if I'm on like, that's a lie. All right, so I have this thing, man. If I've been drinking the night before, I'll wake up. If I have a little beer left over from the night before, I'll finish it off. Little breakfast beer, finish it off. But I'll go about my day, and I have a certain time where I feel like I should drink. Okay, that's how me manages my alcoholism. It's on my off days. It's 1:30, 2 o'clock. I've done what I need. I got some stuff around the house that I need to do, but I don't have to leave the house. Okay, that's a bet. Now, if I'm off and I have to leave the house, I'll leave the house, do what I got to do. If it's like 4:30 or so, all right, let's have a drink. Did what I got to do. I done already left. I ain't got to leave again. See? Responsible. Drink responsibly. Now, when I was younger, that was different. I only started doing that shit in my late 20s and my, going on to my now mid 30s. But, yeah, man. Yeah. Can't fuck around with that fucking tequila. Especially gold tequila. Me and that Blanco, we fight. So, I handle a little bit better, man. That gold, something wrong with that gold, man. They put something different in that shit. Kevin Hart got tequila out, man, and it's affordable. It's only like $50 for his like, he got like a top shelf shit that costs you about $100, but that shit's like gold. But his Blanco's only like $50. I've been thinking about trying that shit, but
Can you buy that shit around here?
I don't know. I ain't really try to look for it, man. I'm not in liquor. I don't drink liquor like that no more, man. I ain't in the liquor stores like that.
There is
silence coming from Young. You can see where the growth has been. I've grown. He's trying.
There's one tequila that I'd like to try is #1 tequila from like that's Ron White's tequila.
Man, I grew up drinking Jose Cuervo. I don't know that shit.
Dude, I think my favorite tequila right now is like Casamigos Blanco. That's probably the best one.
Shit, man, I heard about that Casamigos. I heard that Casamigos fuck you up. I'm scared to drink Casamigos. I ain't gonna lie.
It's good, man.
I've heard a lot of stories about Casamigos, dog. Got me shook. I ain't gonna lie, man. And I can drink with the best of them, but man, I heard stories about that Casamigos, man. Got me shook.
I mean, for me, I usually like to have like a bottle of scotch in the house. Like that's just my life. But if I go out and we're at a Mexican joint or whatever, I'm just like, let's get some Casamigos because that's like my favorite tequila. It's not bad. It's smooth. Can't ask for anything better.
Man, I heard that Casamigos fuck your life up.
Well, the heron fuck your life up too. You know what I'm saying, big dog?
No, I do not know what you're saying because I've never had heron in my life.
You seen them though. You seen them people.
I've seen some heron motherfuckers in my life, and I was like, don't need to try heron. What the fuck? You ever seen somebody with like, you see a crackhead was like, don't need to try crack. What the fuck?
So like, I got 5 on 20 right now, baby.
Nope. I ain't gonna do that shit. I ain't got time for that, motherfucker. Now, you see some of them like, man, it look like a good ass time. And crack, meth, heroin, Nah, I ain't trying that shit, motherfucker. I seen the motherfucker walking. I'm walking the motherfucking. He was high on that heroin. Walking the motherfucking dog. Ain't where the dog at, dog? Big dog, where's the dog at? He had his hand out like, and he was, you know how you be on, you know how motherfuckers be on heroin, they be leaning back like that, just slumped, and he's walk. I'm like, no, don't mind. I was in Louisville, Kentucky. He's like, don't mind me. I'm just walking my dog. I'm like, big dog. Ain't no dog on the other end of that imaginary leash. You know?
I know, man.
I've had, I've been around a lot of crackheads. They got superpowers.
Like Tyrone Biggums.
And they got superpowers, but I ain't trying to try that shit, man. Man, I know what that shit smell like, and it stank. It smell like burning metal. I don't like that shit, man. That shit stank, man. And I've been around some elf heads. That shit just ruins you, man. I can't. Nah, dog.
I used to know a few people that were like big on like opiates and whatnot, and like it just ruined their lives.
I can't do that, man.
I did some opiates, when
I never tried that shit.
I tried some of it sometime. Like I tried it, and I'm just like, I don't like this at all. I think it's like one of those things where it's just like, you have to have a certain like DNA to like it's just.
I don't know about that, but I don't know, man. I ain't never want to try nothing, man. None of that shit, man. I liked it to drink. I liked weed. I accidentally tried coke once, and that shit was too good. And then I knew
GOODT.
And then I knew at that point I didn't need to try it again, so I never did. And I experiment with little pills here and there, but weed and drinking was my shit.
Yeah, I mean that's where I'm at too.
I ain't that hard shit, man. That wasn't my life, man. I couldn't do that, man. It was too much for me. I couldn't do that. I still can't, man. I don't look down on nobody. It's just that ain't for me. That ain't my style, man. I think hardest thing I probably did smoke weed a lot.
Yeah.
Smoke weed a lot, and I drank earlier than I was supposed to.
Oops.
Oops. But yeah. Fucked my work truck up the other day. This how I know. My boss was like, "You gotta take a drug test. You gonna pass, motherfucker? Yeah, we're gonna pass. The fuck you talking about, man? I don't live that same life no more, motherfucker. I want to say, motherfucker, you take a drug test, you gonna pass, cause motherfucker, I don't know about you. I don't know about you, big dog. But yeah, man, like you gotta evolve, you gotta grow, you gotta mature. I don't look down on anybody because when you young, you're gonna experiment, and that's what scares me with my kids. Like, cause I've been there, I know they're gonna experiment. I don't want them to, just like my parents didn't want me to.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can't control that, and that shit's scary. And I just try to, and I'm honest. I'm honest with my kids. It's like, yeah, I did this. I did that. You don't want to do it. Trust me. And my fear is maybe I'm too honest. Because that's going to be like, well, my dad did this. Let me try and see how it worked for me. But at the same time, I'm just trying to educate them on some shit. So it's, it's a balance in between.
Yeah, one of my friends, I think we were like 18 or whatever. We just like, no, it was our senior year in high school, and it was like New Year's. And
that was my junior year. I don't remember shit from that year, dog. I was fucked up.
yeah, like it's like New Year's, and like I was 18. I think my friend and his girlfriend were 18 as well, and we were just hanging out at his parents' house, and his dad came down and was like, "Hey, like, you know, I know you guys are gonna drink tonight, so
Yeah,
so like just stay here and drink. Don't go out. Don't do anything
bro,
crazy." And like I'm just like, okay, well, we just got drunk that night.
bruh,
Stayed the night at his parents' house, and it's just
bruh.
like that was fucking awesome, man.
I had two of my best friends in high school. I ain't cleared their names, so I'm not gonna say it. But two of my best friends in high school, both they mamas. That's why I used to love going over there, man. Like, it's like, hey, we know you gonna go out here, smoke weed, get drunk. Can't stop you. Y'all driving now. We like 16, 17, 18 years old.
Yeah.
Y'all driving now. But what we ain't gonna allow you to do is go out there, let you get arrested, kill yourself, or kill someone else. Give me your keys. I already know y'all planning on staying here tonight. Give me your keys. Ain't nobody leaving till at least 8, 9 in the morning. Unless you gotta go to work. And then you gotta come see me, and I'll make sure you're good to go to work. Cause I know y'all gonna drink. I know y'all gonna smoke. Y'all gonna do it here. Dog. That's I got cold chills, man. Again, that was the funny shit, man. That was the funny shit. And I don't know, man. That's kind of how. That's almost. I don't know, man. I'm torn because the way I grew up was so. I don't want to say sheltered, but it was so disciplinary based. I couldn't do shit.
Yeah, same, man.
I couldn't do shit.
Not a goddamn thing.
Not a motherfucking thing. In my fucking mama's house. Hell no. And I go over to my white friend's house or my Hispanic / white. He was mixed. He was Hispanic / white. His mom was white. Over there, over their house, and it's like, motherfucker, you ain't getting your teeth bashed in right now. Your mama gonna let you get drunk and high? Shit, I'm coming over here every motherfucking weekend.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but that was good though, you know, cause we got our partying in. We was actually really good kids. Like, we was good kids. You know, we like to party, but we was good kids. We weren't trying to hurt nobody. We weren't trying to, you know, we just trying to get fucked up.
Yeah, I had a buddy. We, you know, the first time I ever smoked weed when I was like 16, and then after that, I was like, hey, I've smoked weed all the time. And then there's this one.
Until you really get one for a motherfucking weed smoker. I smoke weed all the time. Okay, bet.
And yeah, it's like we used to like there's my buddy that like introduced me to weed. Like I used to go over his house, and like his mom was cool with like us like hanging out and smoking weed and everything. And I'm just like, you know, like looking back, you know, nowadays, just like people like that, it's just like we could have gotten in big trouble if we'd been somewhere else. But it's just like, you know,
they saved our lives, man, because they knew they'd been through it.
Yeah, so it's like they're not gonna stop it.
Yeah, and the thing is, this shit's been going on for like generations. Ain't nothing new.
Mm-mm.
Our parents did the shit. You know, maybe not as far as like, you know, minorities, maybe You know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you get too far in your lineage, and you know, some bad shit was going on. You know, as far as minorities, but you know what I'm saying, like, you know, once things went a certain way, you know, the 50s, 60s, the 70s, shit, man. I mean, my parents born in the 50s, and they grew up in the 60s. They was grown by the 70s. You know, my brother was born in the 70s. You know, grew up in. He was born in 74. Grew up in the 70s and 80s. I was born in the 80s. Grew up in the 90s. Like, and we all been. Everybody got peer pressure. Everybody was drinking. Everybody was smoking.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just like what frustrates me is just like this holier than thou shit. That's what frustrates me. It's like, motherfucker, you was doing the same shit when I was your age.
Yeah.
You know, I get frustrated with my mom. My mom had my brother when she was fucking 19. She was fucking, and you know, and I kind of get it. Don't follow my footsteps, make my same mistakes, but don't make me feel like ass. You know, I had my son young, 19, 20. Although she didn't really give me shit. She was excited as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. My son, my grandson was like, Mama, I'm barely not a teenager anymore. You know, I was like, I thought you was going. I will say that, man. My mama was very supportive at that point, but that was a shocker to me. But anyway, getting off topic. But yeah, man, like it's weird, man. You start having kids. I know you can't. That's unfair, and you can't really relate. But I got two kids. You know, they're in their teenage years, and it's just like, I know about one. The one they ain't gonna really. They might experiment with some stuff, and then the other one, the other one, too much like me. And this motherfucker always told me, when can I have a beer with you? Oh, you got too much me in you. You know, I'm just debating about, man. You know, and that's one of the things, like, I always wanted to sit down. Because I know my dad. My dad was around for a little while and he left, and he's been in and out of my life. But that was one of the things I always wanted to do. It was just sit down, talk some shit, and have a beer with my dad. And I'm 30, getting ready to be 34 years old, and I never had that experience. Never had that experience.
Yeah, my dad's a fucking dick, so.
Mine is too, but I know the motherfucker, and we've been mending our relationship, but still to this day, never sat down and had a beer with the motherfucker. And that's a weird dream to have. I think that's a weird dream to have. Is that a weird dream to have?
I'd like to do. I mean, you know, I won't get into it, but
No, I don't mean to go like too deep, but
I'd like that experience with my dad. Just be like, yo, man, like,
and I want to give that to my son. That's real talk. Just sit down, son. Sit down, have a beer with me. I feel like that's special.
yeah, because it's like, you know, being a teenager is so fucking complicated already,
Yeah.
and just having like someone that you trust to like really give you some advice when you need it the most. That's everything.
That was everything. And those major years where my dad wasn't around. But that's another episode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. But no, that's real talk. You know, them formative years between the time you're like 12 and 18, those are very formative years. You try and learn some shit. But like I said, that's another episode.
Yeah, so that's the next episode.
That's another episode. Boy, we could talk about that for hours. Cause we both daddy damaged. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Anyways, everybody, on this episode, we just trying to talk about some drinking because, you know, if you've been listening to this motherfucking podcast, you know the Big Moss and Young, myself, we like to partake.
We like to indulge in the adult beverages. You know, we like to partake on the sippy sip. You know what I'm talking about? But you know, that's what we do in here. We just like to have a good time, man.
GAT.
That's a gat. That's a motherfucking gat.
Yeah.
Bleep, 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 bleep. Not the gun gat, but you know what I'm talking about. And that's why I came up
not a
with
Tech
that.
9.
That's why I came up with that. I was like, man, that's a double entendre right there. I was on some lyrical shit when I came up with that right there. That's a gat.
Not Slauson and 53rd, man.
I don't know what the fuck he just said. So them words slurred together real
Crenshaw
good.
and Slauson, not that GAT.
Yeah, okay. He talking about some Compton, LA shit right now. He got that from Friday. He ain't never been there. But
I went there.
you ain't never been no Crenshaw, dog. You might rode through Crenshaw if your door's locked.
Dude, I used to work for this company that had to like photograph apartment buildings, and I went to South Central a few times.
And he went like this, "Hey baby, lock your door."
Dude, I went to South Central 2 times, and I thought, I was just like, I need to get out of here. This is not. I don't walk in this place.
That's what I'm talking about.
These people are on the streets. They're looking at me.
What do you mean these people? The fuck you mean these people?
The people that were living in the neighborhood.
What the fuck you mean the people? Say what's on your chest. No, I'm just fucking around. I love giving him a hard time. Pause. Anyway,
Imagine
that came out wrong. Yeah, continue. I can't recover from that one.
No, man, I went to South Central and
South Central LA.
And I was like photographing the house like with a cell phone because like that was like the camera that they gave me.
Trying to get shot.
And these like there's a few people on the street. They're just looking at me.
They got motherfucking you.
And I'm just like, I need to get the fuck out of here. The job I used to work at, this one dude, he used to have he had Watts, and he got shot at once. So they didn't go down to Watts at all. And I was just like, I'm not going to South Central. I'm not doing this again.
I don't blame you.
I got my cord and everything, but like, you know,
I don't blame you.
I look white, so it's, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing about me is I'm a country motherfucker. I'm what they call a country Negro. I wouldn't fit in there either. And they look at me like, what are you doing here, bro? I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to get some Roscoe's fried chicken and waffles or some shit. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, I like the same shit you do. Go Crips. I don't know. Go Bloods. Team sports. You know, I don't fucking know that shit. I ain't grow up like that.
Dude.
I ain't fucking, you know, I grew up in the hood, but I ain't fucking gangster, nothing like that.
Dude, Roscoe's is really fucking good, but is so overpriced. Just imagine like
they make it look good on the TV.
Yes, because they want to get your fucking money. Imagine
I ain't never had it.
Imagine Waffle House and like triple the prices, and that's Roscoe's.
Waffle House.
It's so fucking expensive.
Waffle House good as shit.
It is
Especially
good as
when
shit.
you drunk as fuck at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Shout out to Waffle House. This is one of my stores.
Shout out to Waffle House.
And they be packed at 3:00 in the morning.
I know, man.
On a Friday night / Saturday morning, because I that's one of my stops. Saturday mornings, and I get there about 3:30 in the morning. They be packed in that bitch. They be motherfuckers be out there in there just drunk as fuck eating. This food's good as fuck. I'm like, you go shit later. I'm just bringing the bread.
Like, here's your nature's own, bitches.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I think we're about to wrap this son bitch up. We're about to. I gotta take a piss. I gotta smoke a cigarette.
Yeah. We gotta get a little food in my belly.
Let's see how this fucking game is going, man.
We gotta get a food in my belly and check on this fucking ball game score. I'm sure it's depressing. Last time I checked, it was 28-3. 28-6. That was before we started the show. It's a very depressing day for us.
We had to turn the goddamn TV off. We hadn't had to do that for the other games.
Big Ma's about to break some shit. And
Big Ma's about to pay for some stuff for
and this is not my dwelling. This is not my dwelling. This is not the place that I live at. So I'm gonna act like I got some sense and control my emotions because the season is not over. On that note, you already know who it is. It's Big Ma's the Don.
It's Young Igloo, baby.
And we're the Impeccable Degenerates. You already know. Y'all be safe out there.
Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.
Church.